gonna show you something.
Yeah.
2018, when my son was born, I walked into a bookstore and I saw a book. I'm like, oh, I remember this book. Like in 2005, before I graduated high school, somebody told me I need to buy this book, but I never bought it. And then I saw it in the store in 2018. I said, you know what? It's time for me to buy this book and read
Yeah.
it.
Yep. There you go.
Rich Dad Poor Dad. When I read that book and I had a mini awakening.
Yeah.
One of the part that stuck out to me was that the government and governments, the US government, Canadian government, Jamaican government, all over the world
Yeah.
has their own securities commission, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Where these securities commissions say that you can't invest in certain businesses unless you are a, what do they call it? What do they call that investor? A parent in,
No. We're a retail investor.
no, accredited investor.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Where you are worth $1 million or more. You have to be
Yeah.
an accredited investor to invest in certain
Yeah. In Canada, in North America, they call it institutional investor.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. So you have to be that investor to invest in certain businesses, right? So for example, a rich, wealthy person can't come to a poor man like me and say, hey, I have this business here. I want you to invest in it. It's
Yeah.
illegal. You
Yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't do it. So the system has these laws built in that claim that it's protecting people, but what it's doing is holding people back.
Yep. And
Right? So you see that $2 billion that the Black community spent, right? This community could be investing their money in
exactly.
startups.
That's exactly what I was bringing it back around to. And even to take that further, because I invest a lot of money too, right? And one of the things that, like, there's pre-market and post-market trading, right? So pre-market and post-market is fancy terms for rich people trading, right? I'm not allowed to trade during those hours unless I have a certain type of account with a certain amount of money into it. So
Ridiculous.
they can manipulate. So after hours, a company will report their earnings and it would be bad and the stock will drop 20%. I can't do a goddamn thing about it until the next day because I'm a retail investor and I don't have a certain amount of money. So when the market opens, I am screwed because the rich people decided to sell, right?
Yeah, the stock market is a whole scam because
Yeah.
by the time that company goes public, the rich folks already made their
They already made their money off the IPO. The IPO. Yeah.
right? And then when you invest in your little stocks now, you're making more money,
Yeah.
right?
Like,
It's a pyramid scheme.
well, yeah, and you can make money on it. You got to be smart. You got to
Yeah,
study.
you can.
You got to be smart and study.
Yeah.
If you buy a company that just IPO'd in 6 months, you better be ready to sell because there's a time limit when those guys can sell, right? So when
Yeah.
they take a company public, so if that stock goes up significantly in 6 months, sell that shit because they're about to dump their shares and take their money.